So we move along and...
At Alpine's Mount Echo Nursery, Maria's long days and exhaustive work don't prevent her from giving frequent tours. By appointment only, please.
And there's some western endemics like that little lupin there.
The scree garden, that is a special point of pride, began as a gift from Michael.
It was one Christmas she wanted to build a rock garden, and I didn't know what to buy her for Christmas, so I said, I'll build it for you. And I had no clue at all what I was getting into. It was like a 6-month project of hauling earth and really hard work, but it was very neat. It was the first garden on the side of the house.
I want to show you a plant. I want to see if you remember it.
I do remember it.
See that?
Yeah.
See that? Beautiful peony?
Dr. Nick Niku, a household name in horticultural circles, has become one of Maria's biggest boosters.
On my first visit here, I was shocked to see what she had learned and what she knew and what she was growing. Truly remarkable. I don't know of many rock gardens that can compare to this in the world.
I'm his pupil, and he's become my godfather too in many ways, because he encourages me to learn, and he buys me books, he buys me equipment, just like a godfather would, at least in the Greek sense of the word, as a godfather.
Another friend and fan is Michel-André Otis at the Montreal Botanical Gardens.
What is fun with Mary, actually, it's sometimes I call her when I feel like I really want madly one specific plant. And most of the time, I would say 9 times out of 10, she will find me the plant, or she will provide information also. So it's kind of fun because, I throw the name of one plant on my wishing list, and she will throw three at me. So it's always a never-ending process, yeah.
Very few people you can really sit down and talk about plants and just forget about time, and we'll be on the phone, long distance. And the conversation immediately would be plants. So he's one of my plant buddies.
I've met other plant people that are like her, and they say that they do little businesses on the side just to pay for their addiction, because it is an addiction. But it's an addiction that they share.
Whenever you have one kind of plants, if you are the only one that have it, it's worthless. You're almost doomed at that point to lose it. So you almost feel more secure when you share it with somebody. And it's something that is, widespread through the gardening community.
And over here we have some wonderful willows that I had brought back on my last expedition from Newfoundland. The little willow...
Her missionary zeal for her plants is matched only by Maria's encyclopedic knowledge.
And this is a larger form of the same...
Most of the people I know have been interested in 20, 30, 40 years. And she, in a matter of, I'm just going to say 10 years or so, has done something remarkable here.
And oh yes, this is another wonderful plant here from, which is one of my favorite willows actually. It's this, the little furry little gray in the back there, Salix vestida. And what's so interesting?
This summer has been a very testing summer for these plants, because they like dry conditions, windy conditions. They cannot survive in humidity because in their own habitat, the air is very thin, windswept, a lot of intense ultraviolet lights. And that's why it's so important to see these plants in nature and how they grow in their own habitat.
On the Labrador coast, the alpines are happy in the freezing wind. The same can't be said for the humans, except Maria, whose affinity for her charges is so great that even the weather can't break her focus.
Every time I go, I learn so much more, and I'm also learning how to identify the plants, because pictures, they're not the same as when you see them in nature.
The success of Maria's expeditions and her knowledge of plants owe much to the herbarium at the Montreal Botanical Gardens, where dry files open to reveal a cornucopia of plant lore.
It's just an incredible source of information for me, because now I can identify the plant. For instance, the Salix herbacea, which I knew, or another Salix, jejuna, I can identify it because there's a sample of it. And with it is the location of where this particular sample was collected in Newfoundland. So do you want to write me a tag?
Sure.
Salix reticulata. Yeah, this actually...
In Newfoundland, this knowledge is put to use, labeling and packing collected specimens.
So I have to...
Today's harvest will eventually add more entries to the already extensive variety offered in the nursery catalog. Commercial growers that specialize in alpine plants are a very small club indeed, a mere handful in all of North America. And among this handful, Maria stands out. She's the only woman. We'll return with more of Maria Galletti on Recreating Eden. The last day of the expedition to Newfoundland and Labrador offers Maria and Michael a chance to relax. It takes more than tenacity and drive to build the life you want. And Maria's family has always been crucial to her success.
My children have been a very good support for me, and Michael, there's just no words to describe how supportive he has been with what I'm doing. He has been there for me, and he says, you know, you can do it. I know you can do it, and I'm there to support you. And the children as well. They're proud of what I'm doing and what I have accomplished.
It's given her her sense of identity. She feels like she's accomplished something, like her life has a purpose, and it's been something very, very, rewarding for her, especially being recognized by some of the people that are really, really well known in this field.
I think that today that there's a growing interest of back to our plants in their native habitats and the plants in the wild in general. And I think that she is a type of person that with her youth and her dedication and interest in it, I think it'll have a big influence on the people coming along in the future.
I would never in a million years have suspected that this is what I would be doing for more or less the second part of my life. I used to have a career in retailing where it involved a lot of materialism. Now my life is totally turned around. I'm not interested about material things. I don't have anywhere to wear fancy clothing. My whole thinking about my life has totally changed. I am so involved with my gardens, and emotionally I'm one with nature, I feel. I'm totally fulfilled with what I do here. Spiritually, I'm totally fulfilled. Emotionally, I'm totally fulfilled. And I feel I'm not missing anything anymore. I have friends that are still trying to find themselves. They try all kinds of things. And I have it. It's all here. What I have created here really is my little Garden of Eden. Everything that I would think Eden is all about, this is it for me. It's right here. And I just live in it, in the Garden of Eden.